Did I hear someone in the bush? Were those footsteps outside this room? Is that someone? Welcome to Escaping from Tarkov, where knowing Russian is necessary.
Нормас! Охуенно сейчас поживимся!
According to the wiki, a 2016 game that is still in beta to the time that I'm writing this script. So what do you do in the game? You get in, shoot some people, loot all their stuff, get shot yourself, throw your monitor against the wall, and that's the main game. But before getting to the shooting part, you have to go to the traders, because as we all know, in every good game, you spend most time in the main menu instead of in the action. So you better get used to looking at their 128 by 128 pictures of them staring into your soul. So who are these fine gentlemen? Prapor, a Russian man that sells Russian guns. Quite simple, you can buy a lot of AKs from him, or a Mosin. Therapist, a fine legitimate businesswoman who sells drugs to private militaries in the meantime. She's going to be the trader with most money spent, either based on solely on the amount of first aid kits you buy, or just because you bought 4 junk boxes. Fence, your shady 4chan 12-year-old. He buys everything and sells everything. You can either get a good deal on a gun part or get completely ripped off. Your mileage may vary. However, he is a very important part of this game, not only because he buys all the random crap from your inventory, but because he has a connection to scavs. I will explain that later, just trust me. Skier. You will most likely just be buying attachments from him, or some sniper rifles. Exceeds in those 2 categories. Also sells you euros, which you definitely will not be using. Peacekeeper. A Polish businessman who uses dollars for some reason, and I hate him. I hate him for the sole reason that he uses dollars. You can buy most things from other traders with just rubles, but no, he wants to be fancy and use the currency only he accepts. Mechanic. Please, look me straight into my eyes filled with pain and suffering, and tell me you do not know already what he sells. As you might have figured out, he sells modified weapons, big magazines, and Bitcoin. Yes, you can buy, sell, hell, even mine Bitcoin in this game. Ragman, a guy that sells rags that somehow stop high-powered, armor-piercing bullets. I like him because he's the reason I didn't die in that gunfight. And the last trader, Jäger. This fat, bald bastard, this
piece of subhuman trash! 2,000 years of constant human evolution!
I hate him. I hate him. I just despise the fact that his quests are in the game. I think castrating myself with a butter knife would be more enjoyable than doing this shit quests. And yes, quests are a thing in this game. Each trader has specific quests that you need to finish to raise your reputation with them, so they give you better stuff. But for Jäger, you need to be the second coming of Lee Oswald to even attempt some of this shit. Some traders just give you easy quests that you can do under 10 minutes, in and out easy. Some are just easy, find item X in raid and hand it over. But I swear to God, each time I get a quest like that, the item I'm looking for just becomes as rare as a video upload on this channel. But the second you find all the stuff in the quest, you instantly find more of it than you know what to do with. Speaking of, where do you find them? In raids. Raids which you can do on maps, and there are few. Most of which you won't play more than once to do a quest and get the fuck out. Or, with one specific map, you won't get to play at all, since the game will just crash while trying to load it. Good game design. But let's go back a bit. Remember when I mentioned scavs? Going to explain that now. In Tarkov, you can either play as a PMC, which is your main character, or a scav, which is a randomly geared past PMC or civilian, which can either spawn with a sniper scope attached to a shotgun or a fully modded AK. As a PMC, you shoot everything that moves and sometimes even the stuff that doesn't move. As a scav on the other hand, you have to be wary of who you shoot, as scavs are meant to work together to make it out. And if you do help other scavs, and don't misclick them out of existence, you get what is called scav reputation. That's why Fence was important, because he's your only way of telling your scav reputation. But why is reputation important? You might ask. The higher the scav reputation, the better the items your scav will have on next raid. AI control scavs will help you and bosses won't shoot you. Yes, there are bosses in this game. No, I'm not going to explain them since most of them are just a man with either a sniper rifle that can hit you straight in the head from 2,000 kilometers or simply a big man with a big gun. There is no real difference between them and a highly geared PMC. But let's just say you managed to survive the raid. You shot some people, extracted with all the stuff. Now what? Hideout. Each player has a hideout, which is your little safe space where you can test out your weapon, work out or craft definitely good bullets. Peek in weapons. A lot of them, ranging from a Makarov to a grenade launcher. You have to remember to maintain the weapons as well, because to increase realism, your weapon can jam, fail to feed, fail to extract, and probably more stuff that I forgot about. Other than that, the game is quite nice. The high resolution textures look good, but you need to have 32 gigs of RAM to run that, because as we all know, good game design. Well, on that note, I'm leaving to look for more flash drives. Remember, subscribe for more awesome yearly videos.